how's it going? I am working on this area in our garden today. So this is our front porch area. It's looking quite bright back there. I actually was not gonna film this, but then I decided that once I got all the plants up here, they're so pretty, and I thought it would be fun to share with you guys kind of a little bit of a transformation process for this spot. This is probably gonna be part one because I don't think I've got all of my supplies together. I haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna do Halloween up here. I thought maybe I might, but I don't know yet. Let me show you what I have to work with so far. So this area, like, it's kind of mid-afternoon right now, and we're half shade, half sun, which makes it a little bit difficult for annuals. But we've removed all the potato vine and meteor shower verbena and supertunias that we had in these two little islands right here. So we had them on this side and on that side. So what I've learned about meteor shower verbena is that it looks fabulous for most of the season. And then after a while, if it keeps getting hit with hard water, it starts to accumulate on the branches and starts to crust and turn white, and then the plant kind of browns and starts to not look that good. These little islands up here, they're watered by our grass sprinklers, and it's something that we want to change in the future. We just haven't done it yet. It's on our list. It just hasn't bumped up to the top of the priority list anyway. We have meteor shower in another one of our flower beds, and it looks fantastic still. It's so pretty. So I've learned that it can't take overhead water in our area because of our hard water. So I pulled everything, and also it got like 39 the other night, so a bunch of the potato vine had a bunch of brown spots on it already, which is kind of crazy because it's mid-80s today. So we're kind of yo-yoing on the temperature scale, and anyway, I was just ready for fall. So that's my story on these spots. And look at the plants that I have to work with. They are so beautiful. So this is called Osaka white ornamental cabbage. Now I'm pretty sure that you can eat this, but I don't know why you would want to because it is so pretty. So I'm planning on mass planting that in the little islands up here. That's what I did last year, and I enjoyed it so much, hello, that I wanted to repeat that. Then I have a whole bunch. These are called Tapestry Mix Pansies. Hope you can see it with this harshest sun we've got going on right now. It's a mix of colors, so a bunch of different fall colors, including a little bit of pink, which is really fun. Here's a more red colored one, dark yellow, light yellow. It's just a really fun blend, and I thought it would be fun to mass plant pansies up here in the two pots and right in front of the limelight hydrangeas. I also think I'm going to be spray painting these little pot feet. So I put these underneath the two urns just to protect the surface so that the pot didn't sit there like on the concrete and stain them. All I had on hand were these terracotta numbers, and I know it drives a lot of you guys crazy to have them not match. I've seen quite a number of comments, so I think I'll take care of that too. Let's go grab my cart full of pumpkin and gourds though. That's what we're after right there. Is that not a picture of like perfection right there? Look at this. I got these at one of our local farm stands here in the area, and they had such a beautiful variety like of weird oddball stuff. These really pretty like butter yellow pumpkins. And then of course I love these. Check this out. And look at the stem. Like the stem is all twisted. Super neat. These are super heavy, and these are really yummy to eat too. There are pink ones. There's another pink one. And then I think this is like a pumpkin that is like was on its way to turning orange, and it just hadn't yet, but I thought it looked really neat anyway. And then I picked some like funky long shaped pumpkins. So now I get the pleasure of dragging this through the gravel up to the front sidewalk. Probably shouldn't have loaded it so full. Now that I'm sufficiently out of breath, I can explain that I went and got those pumpkins and squash and stuff because I grew a lot of pumpkins and squash, but not enough to decorate all of our doorways and entryways. And I've used a lot of mine already for a couple other projects. I've got a few left on the vine, but they're not quite colored up yet, and I do want to save a couple for carving and for other little projects. So anyway, this stand was fantastic. They had so much going, like so many different varieties and all like oddball stuff. Like there was normal pumpkins too, but really fun, colorful ones. Anyway, so what I think I'm gonna do now is I'm going to kind of clear everything out, and I'm gonna ask Aaron to come set up a like nice camera and tripod, and you guys can see it like time-lapse style come together. It's kind of fun to go from like nothing to done in like 30 seconds or less. I really wish it was that fast in real life. Also, I'll be using my hand trowel to plant these, and I won't be using any like slow release fertilizer in the holes like I normally do with my summer annuals, because fall plants just don't utilize the nutrients like summer plants do. And I chose these two particular types of plants, the ornamental cabbage and pansies, because they are so cold tolerant. They will last and last and last. And in fact, sometimes if we have a mild enough winter, the pansies will last right on through spring and they'll look good until summer, and I won't even have to replace them with spring annuals. And the cabbage last year, they lasted, I mean, I took a picture and put it up on Instagram like right before or after Benjamin was born, which was January 12th. So they lasted all through fall, through Christmas time, which the white was perfect. Using the white and green was perfect for like carrying over through Christmas. And the reason I had to eventually pull them was because they started to smell a little cabbagey up here, and that's really not a pleasant smell when you're walking up to a front door. So anyway, that's why I chose those. So if you are looking for something that will last and you'll get a lot of mileage out of, those two plants are awesome. All right, so I ran into a little bit of a snag. So I ordered a bunch of these cabbage, but not all of them came in, and I completely forgot about that. So I don't have quite enough to fill them both up. See, I've got like a big bunch of space in the middle of both sections. So I ran and grabbed a couple extra things that I actually think will maybe make it look prettier. Let me show you. So first off, I've got the Toffee Twist Carex. One of them's fallen down. But these are wonderful grasses to use in the fall. I absolutely love them, and these are particularly nice. They're huge. So I thought I would see what it would look like to put just maybe like 3 of them in the island of this, and maybe 4 or 5 right there. And then I'll fill in any gaps with these little 4-inch kale. You can see here, they're really pretty. And I think that the textures will be really nice because those are low and really bold. These are bold too, but these get quite a bit taller. These are called Tuscan Black, and they get quite tall. Like 15 to 20 inches tall, so it'll actually be really pretty. We'll have the lower white cabbage, the Tuscan Black, and then the grasses. Now I can proceed. So as per usual, I have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this project done because we are losing light fairly quickly, and it's almost Benjamin's bath time. So I'm going to probably stop right now and then pick up the project in the morning to finish it. But I did get the 2 little islands planted, so let me show you. I think they turned out really pretty. So really the last thing I need to do is go get some mulch, because I do not have any on hand, just to kind of top dress and finish it off, because right here, like, you can see that the soil is wet, but when it dries it will be white, so it won't look as nice as when it's nice and dark like that and kind of contrasting the plants. So you can see I did 3 of the Carex on this side with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the Tuscan Black kale, and then I ringed it with the Osaka white cabbage. All of these will do well in cold situations. And then on this side, same kind of scheme, but just a little bit more because this one's bigger. So I've got 5 of the Toffee Twist Carex. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 4, 6, 8 of the kale, and then of course quite a bit more cabbage. And so now I know next year that I need to order a ton of cabbage if I were to want to kind of mass plant them and or plant them closer together right here, because it's kind of driving me crazy that they're not like touching. They will grow a little bit, but I don't think they'll touch. And I think I planted those 2 too far in. I think I need to move those out a little bit. Dang it. As far as the rest of the project goes, all the pansies and the spray paint and all the pumpkins, that's just gonna have to wait till the morning, so we'll see you guys then. Good morning, day number 2 for this project. I'm hoping to just kind of button this up this morning. I did run down to the garden center early this morning because Aaron and I had to run a few errands to see if they had any more cabbage that would match, and they did. They had 3 left. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I did. So right on this edge here, I only had 6, and I managed to pop up all of the center ones, and I planted an extra, which they're still not touching, but I think it looks a little bit better. Also, I did plant another one right here that I didn't have. The kind of issue with this area is that there is a grass sprinkler, so typically I leave this corner kind of empty. So I'm gonna watch this. If this is deflecting water from reaching the grass over here, then I may have to rethink my placement. But I think it kind of finished this little corner off. And then on this side, I also popped all of the center ones up and added one more right there, which it really didn't take that long. The soil was so moist from being watered last night that it was very easy digging, although I did get my gloves really messy. So what I'm gonna do first before I start planting my pansies is address these containers. Looks like the drip is on right now. Let's see, is it? Yes. Drip is running to them right now. I really would like to get another coat of paint on these. These are iron. I've had them forever. They actually started off kind of like a bronzy green, and I painted in black because I like the black color better, but they've got hard water on them. This one is especially bad. See that how white that is? That's how the whole thing looks when it's all dry. And then, like I said, I'm gonna be painting the little pot feet. So I brought out a garbage sack and some spray paint. I only have a couple cans of black. I accidentally grabbed navy. And this is just the cheap, like, what is it, like $1 at Home Depot. It's gloss black, which I'd probably rather use like a satin or eggshell, but they lose their luster pretty fast out here. So I'm really hoping that I can do this part without making a huge mess or getting paint on anything that I'm not supposed to. So it would be ideal if I could move this container to the grass. Look at that. Look at how white that is. Clearly the water doesn't hit up underneath there. It's just horrible. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and cut the drip tubing right there so I can easily move this pot, and then I'll just couple it together when I'm done. I think that'll be the fastest way. Wow, that looks so much better. So check out the one that's not done yet. And this isn't even the worst one of the two. I usually don't like messing with these kind of details, like painting stuff, just because they're details and they take a lot of time, and I just want to plant the flowers. But you know what? It's making a huge difference to the overall look, and I'm always thankful that I took extra time to do those things. But I have one pot left to go. Well, it's nice and bright up here now, but that little chore is done. They look so much better. I'm really happy with them. And as per usual, I got paint all over my fingers. But now I get to plant. So I've got all of the pansies placed, not planted yet. And I do have them planted in the containers, and I think they look really nice and clean, but there's a little color, so that's really nice. I had Super Tunia Royal Velvet, which did really well. But you know, as you know, Super Tunias trail over and you really couldn't see the containers, which is probably a good thing with how bad they looked until they got their nice little paint job. And this area right here, I kind of have been keeping for just annuals, but I might remove that privet hedge and that burning bush there just because there's not a lot of pretty going on. And I've told you guys that this area, you know, like the privet hedge is hiding a great big AC unit right there, which it is a big unit, but compared to the size of hedge, like I really don't need anything this chunky right there. So I'm gonna have to think about it, but I may end up removing both of those things and planting some prettier things in here. Maybe some perennial color, a more structural evergreen. So I'll just have to think about that maybe over the course of the winter. And moving to this side, I started to place the pansies, and you guys, I don't think I really like it. Because the hydrangeas are so free, like freely shaped, there's not a whole lot of structure to them. I think I need more structure to this spot. I might need to bring like more cabbage in and do cabbage up here so I've got a bold texture. But I think just adding more pansies and more fluff to this area isn't really a good look. Also, these limelights have done super great. I mean, look at the color. I was noticing particularly on that one. Starting to color up. This right here is one panicle. Look how massive that is. But some of them have some browning, and the reason that is because they got attacked by spider mites, so I had to spray them, and the spray on the blooms just did not mix very well. That's why they have some brown on them. Otherwise they would be a prettier green with the, you know, kind of pinkish fall color. I've always kind of wanted to put a boxwood hedge right up here. I think it would look really pretty in front of those hydrangeas, but we are planning on redoing this pathway here because it's concrete, and the locust tree, which is right above, has heaved pieces of that concrete up, like the root system has, kind of closer like to here where my little cart of pumpkins is. So until I figure out what I want to do in front of these hydrangeas, I might plant a few pansies today, just kind of like right in front of the sidewalk, but I may not put them quite as thick so that I have room to put some other things that have some boldness, but I don't have anything here to do that today. So I'm gonna get the pansies planted that I have placed, and then we'll place pumpkins, and then I'm gonna call it good, at least for this video, part 1. Right in the middle of planting, and FedEx pulled up and said that he had 4 big crates of what appeared to be bulbs. I'm so excited. Let's go back and see. There he is. And there they are. Oh my goodness, you guys. So many bulbs. We're about ready to have some fun right there. I honestly haven't even planned out where I want to put all of my bulbs this year. I just thought, you know what? I always kind of miss it on getting huge amounts. And then I end up just putting in whatever I can get my hands on really late in the season. So I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna do that this year. I'm gonna order a big amount of bulbs and I'll figure it out later. So it's gonna be interesting to open up the box and find spots for all of them. 2,200 bulbs.
Oh. Did you pack them all over there?
No, he asked if he could, if I wanted them unloaded back there, which was really nice of him. And he picked up the tent for...
Is it less than you think?
No, well, it's 4 crates.
Whoa. What kind are these?
Well, there's a whole bunch of different things. Do you want to open one up?
Sure.
These are from Color Blends. Oh, look at this. These are called white cubed. That means there's a whole bunch of white ones here.
Clear water.
Okay, I'm gonna run inside quick.
Okay.
So now that my progress got a little bit interrupted by the whole bulb shipment, I just can't go on until I go get some purple cabbage so I can completely finish this part of the job, because I hate leaving just loose ends hanging out. So I'm up here to count how many I need. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mercy. So that basically means I need to find the most amount of the same variety as possible, up to probably about 10. I don't know at this point if I'm gonna be able to find that many of the same kind. We'll see. Ooh, those are pretty. Look at that. 2, 4, 6, 7. That's probably, because they're 3-fers, I should probably take all 7 of those. That's another really beautiful option. This is actually Osaka pink, which is the pink counterpart to the white ones I planted. So they just came out and told me that they got new houseplants in today. Gotta go check them out. Oh my word.
It's Christmas.
It is, it's plant Christmas. Holy moly.
Did you see that video?
No, I didn't. Monica just came out. I came down here to get some cabbage.
Oh.
Because I ran out, you know.
Look, Laura.
More
Have
cabbage.
you seen anything that looks like this one down here?
The Maranta.
Isn't that beautiful?
really
but that
pretty.
actual variety?
It's very pretty.
So pretty. Look at all this. It just goes on and on. And look at this anthurium. Yeah, we only sold one that's a really light pink, but look at that.
Yeah, that is a really pretty different color.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and those are bright.
Yeah.
Mercy.
I know.
Like a fire engine.
This is pretty, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, only one tipped over. Not bad. What a fun day, you guys. Planting flowers, getting bulbs, new houseplant load. And it's a beautiful day. Like, it started out when I started planting, it was maybe 45 degrees, so it was a little chilly. But it's supposed to get like 83. So it's just really nice. I think it looks really pretty. So other than mulch, the planting is done. And honestly, I may not even need to mulch because these pansies will grow up pretty quick. And I'm hoping that they fill in this whole space to where you don't see any of the soil. So I'm gonna need to get some fertilizer going on them. There's the containers up close. Oh, it's getting warm. So we usually try not to do videos when it is so bright outside because things just look kind of harsh and you can't see detail quite as well. But I am gonna go ahead and put the pumpkins out, and then we'll hopefully get some shots at the end, maybe this evening when it's all in shade, so you can kind of see it looking a little less shadowy, a little less bright. So anyway, pumpkin time, I'm so excited. So this is what I have so far, kind of. I mean, I still clearly have a bunch of them to put like work in. That one, the two like little pumpkins right there I haven't really worked in, and then these right up here. But I kind of like the mix of color. Like I would really love to do an all white kind of theme, or all white and blue, but I'm not sure that it would look super great. I don't know, maybe it would look awesome with a white house. But I tend to like a little bit more contrast. It's a little bit more fun to me, so I don't know, maybe one year I'll try it out. So I'm just gonna keep messing around with those pumpkins until I like the arrangement, I like the way they look, and it might mean that I take some away or add some in during phase 2 of this decorating project when I add a little bit more fall to the actual like interior part of the porch. And I don't know what I was thinking that I could get this project done in 2 hours when I very first started. It kind of turned into this monster project where I ended up planting a lot more than I thought I was going to, but I had a great time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me during this whole process, and I'm hoping to get some really good pictures tonight and some video when it's more in the shade, because it's really quite hard to see when it's so shadowy and so harsh. I tried to get multiple camera angles anyway to make it more interesting, but anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.